Another week of math. We have a short week this week because Monday was Victoria Day. But we're going to have a little bit of an easier week with the math. So look forward to that. We're looking at the volume of rectangular prisms. So today I recommend having a calculator, pencil for completing your work. All right, and have a great day. First big thing to say is that this week's math is way easier than last week's math. So today we're looking at it being May 19th of 2020. Your assignment will be due May 25th. So next Monday. Or this Monday, however you choose to say it. And today we're simply looking at the volume of a rectangular prism. So if you understood last week's, you're golden. This will be much easier. If you found last week's like a bit annoying, a bit frustrating, trying to figure out all the sides, this is going to be a sigh of relief. So we've got volume of rectangular prisms. And don't you feel fancy when you go around talking about a rectangular prism? How fancy. Big thing. This is way easier. Part of why I do surface area and volume at the same time is that we can focus on one shape at a time, but also you get the breather of doing volume because it's a lot easier than surface area. So some key things. Volume is the amount of space an object takes up. Its units are often, we think of volume in science class, we'd be looking at things like milliliters, liters. When we're solving our problems, we're going to look at things like centimeters cubed, meters cubed. It'll be whatever the unit is cubed. And we'll get into why that is in just a moment. So I always kind of go into this general idea first, where volume in its most basic form is equal to the area of the base of the prism times the height. So for a triangular prism, its base is a triangle. So we'd want an area of a triangle. For a cylindrical prism, its base is a circle. So we'd want the area of a circle. For our rectangular prism, the base is a rectangle. So it'd be the length times the width, which is our volume, our area of a rectangle. So we have a very basic formula here. Our volume of a rectangular prism is going to be length times width, which is our area of the base, times the height. That's it. So let's do a couple examples. So let's just elaborate a little bit more with a drawing and why we get the unit cubed before I do those examples. Sorry. And yeah, let's draw it like this. What a beautiful drawing. I will say the graph paper Makes this so much easier. And I'm going to do a dotted line to indicate that this is interior. So I have on the bottom here, this is going to be my base that I need to find the area of. And its dimensions are length and width. And up here is the height of my prism. So we use this beautiful formula, but each of these three have a unit. So we end up going, if I said this was each centimeters, I'd end up having centimeters times centimeters times centimeters. That's not easy. But we know when we talked about squared, we had two of the same thing multiplying by each other. So when we are saying it's cubed or to the power of 3, basically has a 3 up above, there are 3 of the same being multiplied by each other. So this would end up being centimeters cubed. Okay, so you need to keep that in mind for all of volume. Having the centimeters cubed will be very important. Let's do 2 examples where I'm going to show you everything I want to see in your work, because I know I've been giving feedback of saying, show all the steps, show a formula. So we're going to make that super duper clear. Okay, example 1. Aren't 3D shapes fun? Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to use basically the length of these lines to help me out. Say this is 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, and 3 centimeters. I don't need nets for these, but I do need to see your formula. Volume is length times width times height. If we're treating this bottom part as the base, length times width, my length is 2 centimeters. My width is 3 centimeters. And my height is 2 centimeters. Then I end up with 2 times 3 is 6, times 2 is 12. 12 centimeters cubed. So I'd want to see your formula, putting in your values for the formula, and then an answer with the unit cubed. Okay, let's do one last example to show you again. And okay, so let's say this one here is 2 centimeters, 1 centimeter, with a height of 4 centimeters. Again, I need to use my formula. Volume equals length times width times height. My length, 2 centimeters. My width, 1 centimeter. And my height is 4 centimeters. 2 times 1 is 2, times 4 gives me 8 and centimeters cubed. And that's it. Easy peasy. So this should be a nicer week for you, hopefully. That's my goal. Um, and then we're going to hang out with triangular prisms next week. So good luck. Feel free to ask me any questions you have, and I will be in touch.